Good morning, hello and welcome back to my scrap room. My name is Jennifer Perry. I know that a couple of months ago I did a retreat packing video, but we are just about to start a new year of retreat. And in the January retreat we have a friend that has not joined us in quite a few years, and she's getting back into scrapbooking. We are very excited that she's going to be joining us at the retreat, but because it's been a few years since she's scrapbooked, I kind of wanted to make a video beforehand, before she gets to packing, while she's gathering her gear, and just kind of show her what I'm taking. This doesn't mean that she has to take the same thing, but it might alleviate a little bit of anxiety, packing anxiety that we all get for retreat. Now, I didn't plan on packing this early just yet. I was going to make this video a little bit into January, but I was working on journaling the photos for this particular album, and it screamed to me that it is what wanted to be taken to retreat. I planned on taking my 2018 album gear that I am still working on, the Family 2018 album, and I was just going to pack that gear up and just take it with me and continue working on that album. But as I was going through the pictures for this, and this is a cruise that we took in January of 2020, everything just screamed that this is what I needed to be working on. And by everything screamed, I'll explain a little later in the video. So for this, I'm going to be using a smaller format album than what I'm used to using. I normally do a 12 by 12, but for this particular vacation, I wanted to use 9 by 12. I've never done a 9 by 12 before, but I thought, you know what? Let's do it. Let's see. So I normally will develop my pictures, do the journaling, put the journaling with the pictures, put a rubber band around them, and then put them in an iris container with all of the ephemera and extra memorabilia that I bring back from the cruise. I put it all in that 12 by 12 iris box, and that's what I take, and it protects the photos. And then when I come back, I put the layouts, the finished layouts, in that iris case, and they don't get squished. For this album, I decided I better bring the actual album because I'm not used to working with this size, and I want to make sure that for each page that I make, it will fit in the page protector without me having to make adjustments later on. So what I'm doing, instead of doing the iris box, the very first page protector is my page labels that I make for every album that I do. And I'm going to take this out because I have to open it. And then I have, because it was a cruise, I always take a picture of my planner with the very simple itinerary on it for where we're going and what we're doing. And this will kind of help me keep the album in order. And then this is the labels that I put on the back of my layouts, and then this is all of the idea book stuff that I saved for a paper pack that I have been saving since 2009. This paper pack is called Moondoggy, and I ordered several packets of the paper pack. I ordered all of the embellishments. I ordered extra of the cardstock that coordinates with it. I kept my stamp pads, I kept my re-inkers, I kept the stamps that went with it, and I just had them all in a bin together. And the original use for this layout, or this ensemble of paper design packet, was I was going to use this on a cruise that we had planned on taking our daughter for her graduation, for her high school graduation. To me, it just fit perfectly, and so I just started gathering so that I could save this kit for when she graduated. Well, our plans for her high school graduation changed, so then we thought, okay, well, we had a Panama cruise planned for 2020. Perfect, these will be great. Well, that got canceled. So as I'm putting these pictures together, in my closet starts yelling, hey, we're in here. And it's, you know, in the back of my head, it's Moondoggy going, hey, these are cruise pictures. It's Caribbean cruise pictures. Want to use me? And I was like, hey, this will be perfect. So I pulled out the Moondoggy stuff, which we will get to. But I put all of the stuff, all the ideas that I kept in this first page protector. And then what I did is, for each page that I want to make, or for each layout that I want to make, I put the picture and the journaling in a page protector. And this is in somewhat order. It's not the complete order, it is in just somewhat of an order. So that I just kind of have everything together. I'm just going to flip through here really quickly so you can see. Now I do my journaling on vellum because it will match any layout that I do. But the trick is when you pull it off your printer, hi Dumpling, you need to keep going, bud. Keep going. You can sit in the window. But the trick is when you pull it off your printer, you have to let it dry before you touch it or it will smear. So I would just print some journaling, set it off to the side, work on the next page of journaling, set it off to the side, and then I would cut it all down and put it in the proper page protection. And this is just regular copy paper, just no big deal, and I can use this as to put under my stamping. I can use it if I'm gluing something down. Just all of this extra paper will be used. Do I plan on getting all of these finished at retreat? I don't know. This is a smaller format album. I've never done this format. It might not. If it doesn't, I can bring it home. And then in the back I have extra page protectors because these are not just going to be one-page layouts. I know they're not all going to be one-page layouts. I have more pictures in some of these pockets than is a one-page layout, so I'm just going to take extra page protectors. So this is my pictures, my album, my layouts, my layout stickers. Next, so you've seen this bag in the past. This is all of my desktop tools. The only tools that I'm bringing besides this is my die cutting machine, and I will show you that. I went through this bag the other night and totally cleaned it out and shook it out and got all the little paper bits and everything off the bottom. But if you don't mind, I would like to go through it individually so that you can see what's in the bag and so that Lynn, who is needing this information at the moment, can see what I put in my toolkit. So I'm going to just scoot it off to the side a little bit, and we're going to start with the very first thing. And that reminds me, I want a sand eraser, so hold on one moment. I want to add a sand eraser because I am taking ink and ink pads and stamps. So in this first pocket, right here, in this section I just have a white gel pen, a regular pen, a highlighter, a bone folder, which always stays, I don't ever take that out of there, and a back scratcher because I hate when my back itches and I can't reach it. I have one of these everywhere. They're even in my luggage when I travel with my husband. So that's it, what's off to the side over here. In here I have my distresser, a Tombow, a sand eraser, a regular eraser if I'm drawing lines or whatnot, an adhesive eraser, some washi just for general if I need just a little strip of washi to hold something down. Not decorative, this is not for the planner, this is like for dies or I'm gluing something and it needs to be held down. This is just utilitarian. Sort quick because I hate licking my fingers and we're dealing with a lot of paper. So this is just a fingertip moistener. And then in my little mason jar, I did purchase a brand new pair of scissors because it was time. This is just my general all-purpose scissors. And then these are my tiny scissors that are also Teflon so they nothing sticks to them. I take a palette knife, my X-Acto knife, another highlighter, a pencil. This is a pickup stick for jewels. This is just a regular nail file, but I use it for distressing. A magic marker, another pencil in case something happens to the lead on that one. This is a new close to my heart tool that I just purchased, and I'm actually excited to use it. One end of it is tapered and flat, the other end of it is more pointy, and it can be used for placing stickers, picking up stickers, lining stickers up. It can be used as a burnishing tool. it struck me, and it felt very natural when I was at my last retreat and Janine was demoing it. I tested it with some stickers and it felt very natural in my hand. It's weighted very nicely, so I had to order that. My pokey stick, and I have two different kinds of tweezers, and I'm doing this for a reason. These are the reverse grip tweezers that I normally use for stickers, and then these are a pair of very, very, very sharp tweezers that come with my diamond painting. They come in every kit that I order, and I have been reaching for these for everything that I do, whether it's in my planner and working with the teeny tiny stickers in my planner, or whether it's scrapbooking. For some reason, this has been my go-to tool that I have been reaching for lately, so I just added it to my kit. So we're going to pop all this back in. And I just have the majority of this stuff sitting in a mason jar. I need to get a wide mouth mason jar. It'd make it a little bit easier for some of this stuff. But I need to remember to get one, and I just keep forgetting. Oops. I'll turn those upside down because I have stabbed myself with those and it does not feel good. So this just goes in this little pocket, and then everything else just fits around it. I'm glad I remembered that sand eraser, because it will take ink off if you accidentally get ink on your layout. In this little side pocket right here, I just have an assortment of little post-it notes if I need to make a note on a layout for something that I need to do at home. In this pocket is a little variety of hole punches, a roller date stamp. This is a close to my heart roller stamp that has phrases on it. So this is a date stamp. This is a phrase stamp. And this is a star, so this is 2 hearts and a star. This roller date stamp, I just purchased it, and it made me giggle when I purchased it because the dates on here is 2013 to 2021. And I was like, okay, and my first thought was, okay, well, it's coming up on 2022, so I need a roller date stamp for, you know, that can do 2022 forward. And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, wait a minute, you are so behind that you can still get this roller date stamp and get several years out of it because you're that far behind in your scrapbooking. So I went and purchased this one, and then after 2021 begins, I will start looking for a new roller date stamp that does 2021 and forward. This is my little close to my heart stapler, my corner rounder, the staples that go in my stapler, and some foam tape that was supposed to be somewhere else and made it to that side. The bottom of this bag, all of the sections are open at the bottom, so sometimes things migrate. So, and of this, these are a new addition, and these are a new addition that I'm packing just for this album. They don't normally live in this kit. I'm just bringing those in just for this album. That over there where it goes. Okay, next section. Before we get here, I'm going to talk about this right here. Hand cream, Advil, a brand new chapstick, a little bit of heartburn medicine, my business cards, a label with my name on it for some reason. Oh, this must have been from when I was a consultant. Okay. A couple of Band-Aids, and some Salon Paws. And I take Salon Paws because sometimes your fingers start to ache a little bit. And these, it's kind of like, they're kind of like Bengay but adhesive. So they have a purpose and they don't take up any room at all. So I thought, you know what, I'll just take them. So all this gets put in here. And you'll notice I have Advil in a couple of places. Right, this little pocket right here is inks. And I recently just changed all of my inks out. I had all of the retired inks for close to my heart, and I thought, you know what, we're getting into the newer colors are showing up more and more in my scrapbooking, so I'm going to find the basic colors that I would use for distressing or inking sentiments or something of that to keep in this bag at all times. So I have mocha, toffee, pebble, and black. I have a beat up block. This is just a standard size block that I've had probably since 2005. It's not as clear as it used to be, but I can still see through it. And then I have a stamp chamois. And for each, I have a sponge dauber with it. And these just go right here. And they actually fit better than my old style stamps. So that works out very well. Going around the corner. This pocket I just have Janine. She will either give you little cards or little placeholders that have your name on them. This one struck me as being just extremely cute, so I keep it in my bag because it makes me laugh. In this pocket I have adhesive. So there's some, whoopsie. Oh, it lost its center cardboard. So I have various adhesives. I am also bringing spares, but that's in my gearbox. And then for this crop, I bought some new sprays that I want to play with. So I have, this one is copper, antique bronze. This one is brushed pewter. And this one is tarnished brass. And I thought, okay, I want to play with these and just try them. I don't know how they'll work. I don't know if I end up using them or what, but I wanted to bring them. They are just little bitty bottles. This is my Shimmer Sparkle mist that I love using. And what I do is I just bring an extra large piece of paper and I make myself a spray box. And I'll put my kit or my page in the spray box or whatever I want to spray, and I just kind of spray it under the paper and it keeps it contained and I don't mess with anybody else, and I also don't mess up the table. And then I am bringing a few liquid adhesives. I'm going to bring the art glitter, and then I'm going to bring some Lawn Fawn and some Gina K Connect, because I am bringing my letter dies and I might need some wet adhesive. It went in here, it's going back in here. There we go. Let's not do that. Okay, there we go. Oh, and these are not foam tape. This is dots, adhesive dots. Okay, last little bin. These are the tiny word stickers that I have been using for years. I just keep them in this bag, and sometimes you just need a little bit of a statement. And these work out perfectly. I ordered a new one because these are getting used. This one is snarky. So this one is small talk, big chat, and snarky. I just think they're funny. So I keep these in my bag. These are my desk templates. If you watched the last scrap with me, sorry, Dumpling sees a bird. So if you see a tail going 90 miles an hour, he sees a bird. These are my desk templates. I have one desk template that lives in my bag and one that lives in my desk. These go with my sketches. I have an extra pad of paper. I have a thesaurus. This acts as the, oh my god, I can't find a word, what am I trying to say? And it acts as a dictionary because I can't spell. This is a bit of a sewing kit for stitching on my pages. It also has extra blades and magnets, because I use magnets for everything. An assortment of notepads. Then this is just a list of things that I have jotted down during past retreats. I have some flip-flaps. I have some journaling cards that I may or may not use. I might be able to put the vellum on these, so we'll see. And then these have been in my bag for years, and I am determined to use them. It is just some sparkles that somebody at a retreat or crop gave to me. I thought they were pretty. I'm going to use them. They have lived in my bag for years and years, and eventually I will get them used. But they're staying there until they do. And yes, I know, well, you know what? Let's pare this down. Let's take one notepad. We don't need 3. Okay, and then we're back at the beginning. So that is my desk toolkit. Like I said, oh my god, he's trying to chase the bird. I did go through it, empty it out, dump it out, get all the little shavings out of the bottom. So this is, he's beating me with his tail. So this is ready to go. Let me get the next one. Okay, so I'm going to show you the top view, and then I will scoot it off to the side and we'll go through it. So this is the majority of my paper. Actually, it is all of my paper. So what I am doing is I'm going to be taking Moondoggie with me. I am taking Postcard Perfect, which is a close to my heart kit. This is the scrapbook papers that I bought on the cruise. This is a couple of paper pads that have beachy type papers in them that I'm taking just in case I get tired of the color scheme with Moondoggie. So I'm taking a couple of those. And then this starts the Moondoggie cardstock. So this section here is the loose cardstock. And then these are the unopened cardstocks that I have been saving, of which is Garden Green, Cranberry, Desert Sand, Indian Corn Blue, and Gold Rush. Now, if you are a long time close to my heart person, you know these colors. And then I've got an assortment of thickers. I just went through and pulled the basic thickers. I have some vellum, and then I have basic cardstock. So I pulled out black and French vanilla. I keep wanting to call it vanilla cream. And white. This is just what I use as my spray tint. This is just the piece of paper that Janine puts on the desk. And I saved it from last time and just stuck it down in here. And then I'll pull out this stuff here and show it to you. So this front little pocket is just a zipper bag that I can put my scraps in as I get done with them. This just lives in this bin. I don't take it out. My trimmer. And I was actually thinking about bringing my smaller trimmer. And I'm on the fence because I'm used to the size of this one, but I'm wondering if the smaller one wouldn't be better. Let me get it and let's do a size comparison. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, so here's my little one. And as you can see, there is quite the size difference. And I'm thinking, the only reason I was thinking of bringing this one is the arm is easier to read. Can you see both? Yes, you can see both. Okay. So 9 is there, 9 is there. I'm not going to have to cut down the 12. I've got it marked out. That's 11 inches, that's 12 inches. 11 inches, 12 inches, and it goes all the way to 14. I'm really on the fence on which one I need to bring. Actually, I think I'm going to stick with this one because I'm doing a lot of trimming of the photos, and I would have to do the trimming working off the large bar, and over here I can work off this bar here. So I think I am going to stick with this trimmer. Okay, so that problem was solved. I'm going to stick with my big trimmer. So that just lives on the side of the bin quite nicely. and I no longer forget my trimmer, but I have to remember to move my blade. Okay. My blade has to be in a certain spot or it won't fit in there. So what is this? This is a small mat. It's only about that big. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this mat in here or if I'm going to grab my big one, but this is the one that lives in the bin. I never take it out, that way I don't accidentally forget a mat. And then this, and if I take it out, it's going to be like a snake in a can, but this is my Totally Tiffany pop-up trash can. And as you see, it fits in a close to my heart 12 by 12 envelope. This is just one of their paper envelopes. And it fits quite perfectly, which means I can leave it in my paper bin in here. It never comes out, and then I don't forget it. So this, I love this thing. I just take regular trash bags and put inside it to where it stays clean. And then when I'm done for the retreat, I just take out my trash bag, throw it away. This is perfectly clean. And it lives in the envelope, which lives in my bin. And it lives right there. So again, a wrap-up of what's in this bin is my pattern paper from Moondoggie. This is the scraps that go with Moondoggie. Postcard Perfect. The papers that came with the carnival kits that I bought. A paper pad of Beachy Papers, another paper pad of Beachy Papers, and this is the beginning of the loose cardstock, and then the cardstock that has not been opened of the papers that only match Moondoggie. I'm not taking any other colored cardstock because Janine will have the other 40 colors of current cardstock, and if I need one of those, I can buy them. They're only 50 cents or 75 cents a sheet, and I don't need that many, so I'm not going to try and guesstimate what I'm going to need and take every cardstock that I own when she has it right there. And then a selection of neutral thickers, blacks, whites, silvers, and golds. I may use these, I may use the ones that I make, I don't know, but I like taking these with me. Vellum, black cardstock, French vanilla cardstock, white cardstock. Those are my bases. And there we go. Let me pull up the next box. Alrighty, I'm going to give you an overview of this box and then I will take everything out. So this is what it looks like packed up. Let me scoot it over to the side and I'll take everything out. So very first thing right on top is this little container that I like to take. It's actually Creative Memories. I found it at a scrapbooking garage sale, and I like how wide it is because I can get a lot of stuff in it. So right now I have, this is regular masking tape. I'm going to use it on my dies if I'm trying to make a word to kind of hold the dies together so I don't have to keep individually placing them. So that will help with that. I have a selection of shimmer trim. This is just some spare shimmer trim that was in this bin before and I was like, keep it. This is a couple of random photos that I'm not sure if I'm going to use them or not, but I wanted to bring them, and they're safe in here. Cranberry re-inker, desert sand re-inker, desert sand stamp pad, cranberry stamp pad. And then this is the 2 or 3 stamps that I saved from, why is there a butterfly stamp? Oh, because of the swirlies, that's why I've got it. Okay. So these are the 3 stamps that I saved with this kit. And then I'm going to see if I can get this in here. This, I don't think it'll fit. No, it won't fit. Okay. So let's put everything back in. I keep thinking there's something that I'm not bringing that fits in here. And I'm not sure what it is at the moment, but I will figure it out. It might be this. It might be this goes on the bottom, and I just have the stamps go there. But this lives on my desk like this. I just fold the lid backwards. This is my little container of Sparkle Bits. And I'm going to just do this so you can kind of see. It is just an assortment of pretty much one or two of every color that I own, and then bitty sparkles and black and white dots and that kind of thing. This is the one that actually lives on my desk, and then I just grab it and bring it with me. Okay, this is my little appetizer tray or condiments tray that I use to put my ephemera in. It's got 3 little sections. It's plastic, it travels well. I love this thing. I got it on Amazon. Okay, this little pouch, I'm bringing 2 different pouches of ephemera because one of it is just for Moondoggie and then one of it is miscellaneous. So this is all of the stickers and die cuts and chipboards that go with Moondoggie or the cruise album. So like the Carnival stickers that I bought on the ship. So this is just for this album. And then this one is more generic. So if I decide to use anything out of the paper pads, it's all in here. And what I normally do is I just put them in little baggies so that when I open them, they're resealable. Because there's nothing worse than not being able to get your embellishments back in their bag. So I just keep them in sandwich baggies. And then this is an assortment of glitter paper in case I want to punch out hearts, stars, whatever. So this is just a tiny little assortment of glitter paper. I don't normally bring 2 boxes of threads, but this is the current close to my heart colors. So right there is the current close to my heart colors. And then these are the colors that either are in the Moondoggie kit or may complement the Moondoggie kit, and all of these are retired, which is why they're not in here. Now I was going to only pull out 5 or 6, and then I was like, okay, well this one might work, and this one might work, and this one might work, and this one might work. Do I think I'm going to use every single thread in here? No. Does it drive me crazy when I'm trying to stitch and I can't find the right shade? Yes. So for me it's worth it bringing this the way it is right here. These are all of my stitching templates. So they're all right there, every one that I own. They just live in this little zipper pouch even when I'm home. This is my Poke Pad. It lives in this bin. It does not come out. I always keep one core catalog for Close to My Heart in this bin. I try to keep a current one in here, and then normally Janine will have the seasonal one that she'll give to us at retreat. So, and then these are my sketchbooks. I am using the Alice & Davis. Let me pack this up real fast and get it out of the way so I can show you this. There, I needed to scoot that box out of the way so I could show you. Okay, so these are the Alice & Davis sketchbooks 4. It is the 4x6 2-page layout, volume 1 through 8. And I have all 8 volumes in these books. And basically what I did was made little tabs for each volume. And I only printed the sketches. I didn't print any of the support paperwork, any of the color examples, anything. I just printed, and some of these are printed better than others. I was running out of ink, but they will work. I can still see them. So I just printed the portion that I would need at crop. And these are volumes 1 through 8 because you never know what inspiration you may need. So I'm bringing all of them. This is a 2.5 day crop. So this works for me. And yes, it is worth the space. I just put them in like this and they fit perfectly. Now this stuff, as I'm packing, I'm going to be talking to you. This stuff will live in my wagon. This bin does not come out of my wagon, and the paper bin does not come out of my wagon. It just kind of sits there next to my desk. being exactly where it needs to be. Well, this comes out, and obviously this comes out, but the rest of this just lives in my wagon. So there's this. My next box is my gear box. I'll be right back. Actually, I lied. There's one box that I'm bringing that I took it for the first time on my last crop, and I loved it. So I think it's going to start being a regular item. It's heavy. I have it in a, it's called a grocery box that you would take to the grocery store to put your groceries in. This box is weighted for 30 pounds. I only need it basically to get from my car to my wagon. Once this is in my wagon, I won't have a problem. So I am taking my full-size Cuttlebug so that I can do die cutting at my desk. And then this is how I store my die cuts. So I am taking the plates from my Cuttlebug. And then this is, I just picked up my die cut bin and I'm bringing it with me. I went through the sketchbook and was kind of looking for, okay, what die cuts do I need to bring? By the time I had die cuts pulled out and off to the side to bring, there was more off to the side to bring than there were in the bucket. So I thought, just bring the bucket. It makes you happy. So basically, I just have these little envelopes with my die cuts on magnets, and I have them labeled. These little envelopes are from the Stamp and Storage, stampandStorage.com, and it's the 6x7 pocket. And they fit a fridge bin perfectly. So I just bought this fridge bin from Amazon, and this is how they sit. This is where they live. And then in here, this is my dies for my alphabets. So I have 3 sets of dies for my alphabets. I have tall and skinny that I just purchased from Scrapbook.com, and then I have a little bit smaller, chunkier, more like school alphabets. And then I have larger, chunkier, this is a close to my heart one. And then behind these I have 2 dies that won't fit in the pockets. I have circle clusters and stars. And I keep them turned around so that they don't get mixed up with my alphabet dies. And these again are just on magnet sheets. They live in this pouch year-round, and they just live in the back of my bin. And for crop purposes, these are going to be in the back of my bin. And then I just have one stamp here. It's just a background stamp I may or may not be using, but it's one of my favorites. And I just throw it in here because I don't have a block for it. And I just use it with my hand like this. It works out. And then one thing I like about taking this fridge box or this grocery box is this will fold up and go in my wagon, because this will be on my desk and then this will be on the floor next to me. So this will be folded up and out of the way. Okay, now is the gear box. Everything in this box lives in this box year-round. It does not come out. It is for retreats and crops only. When I come home, I restock a couple of things, put it right back in here, and then this goes in my closet. That way I know that my basic desk gear that I need is always with me, always in this box, and always ready to go. So this is a pack of baby wipes, and I just replaced this pack of baby wipes, so this is a fresh box that I use to clean up my desk, clean up my dies, clean up my ink, my stamps, whatever needs a good little swipe. This is used for that. This is a baggie of little baggies. If I open ephemera and need a zippy top for some reason, or if I buy something while I'm at crop and open it up and then I need a zippy storage, this is a bag of those. This is all of my charging cords, and I recently went through here and updated and checked that I wasn't carrying any cords that were unnecessary. I have a new iPad on order. Hopefully it gets here in time for this retreat, so I had to make sure I had all the proper cords. This is my bag of trash bags, a few other zippies, these little like doggy bags for sticky stuff, and then a couple of clothespins to hold the trash bag open in my Tiffany trash can. This is a assortment of tea. Hi. This is adhesive. So it's some more of the score tape, another foam adhesive, some more combo, plus this one that I'm taking, because I am planning on getting some work done. So this is just a pouch of adhesive. Again, I restock this when I come home. That way I don't get to crop and go, I forgot adhesive. Okay, so this is more of the tried and true desk gear that I don't want to forget. So first thing is an extension cord. This is an extension plug, and I sit it in the middle of the desk so that everybody can share plugs. It has USB and regular. This is my lamp, and I have it wrapped in a grippy. The grippy goes under my desk pad, and then this just kind of protects the bulb during travel. This is a bin that stays open, and it has extra, it's mainly my stitching gear, but it has tape, some hand sanitizer, my pokey tomato that I put needles in, and mainly just needles and stuff like that. This stays in the retreat box. The little one that's in my toolkit stays in there in case I don't need this for something and I just take my toolkit. I've got that in there. So this is actually a duplicate item, but this is the one that gets used at retreat. I have tape that I use for stitching. This is the little bowl that I put my sponge daubers in whenever I'm using them so that I don't get ink on the table. This is just some cutlery because Jason's Deli never, ever gives us silverware to eat with. So this is just some cutlery, a book stand for my sketchbooks, the pokey pad that goes, oh wait a minute, hold on. I can take this pokey pad out because I have this pokey pad. So this is the pokey pad that lives in here, and I just forgot about it. So I took the other one out. It's no longer in there. So this is my pokey pad for stitching. And then this is some more foam adhesive. It's an off-brand, and I don't like the way it stores. You know, I could put that in a baggie. I could put that in a baggie, and then I don't have to worry about it unraveling. You know, that would be smart. Let's do that. There, now it's in a baggie. Okay, so this is another little bin that just sits on my desk as a catch-all. My phone holder. This is another bottle of Advil. Antibacterial spray. I use this on my masks if the hotel is requiring masks to be worn. This just kind of helps freshen my mask. I have a hook on the side of my shoe rack, which I will go and show you, to hang either my mask so I can dry or any little bits and bobs that I'm using that I just need to get out of the way. I enjoy having that hook there, and it's just a command strip, and then another little lotion and a spare rubber band. So, and again, this is a little bin that just is kind of a catch-all on my desk. And then I have just a variety of rulers and a straw. So this is just a variety of rulers and stitching templates that just live in the bottom of this bin. Alright, let's repack. This is a new addition as of the last retreat, and I really used it, so that's worth it to me. And that is my gearbox. Something's not down completely, but I'll fix it. It's normal. The lid normally closes much better than that, but something's not in its proper spot. Something is not where it lives. Let's try that. There we go. Okay. That stuff can be squished. Something is still not in its proper spot, but I'll figure it out. Okay, one more item. So this is an item that I only bring to retreats that are 2 days or more because it's big and it's bulky, but if I'm doing a multi-day retreat, this really makes sense for me. It is just a shoe rack. It's a closet mate. I think this is the 24-inch one. I think I paid $12 for it. I really wish it was collapsible, but it's not. So I take it, but I only take it on the multi-day retreats. This bottom section is what's on the desk, so I have a section here, and one on top. And what I normally do is, up here is catalogs and things that I need throughout the day that are papery. Here is where I keep that little black zippy thing of embellishments, and my desk, that little square thing of desk odds and ends, the square basket, the little blue one, kind of here. And then on top is where I keep either my album or the iris case of photographs, and it just lives on the top. I love this thing for multi-day, but I will not take it for just one-day retreats because it is bulky, it's slightly heavy, but it's worth it for the multi-days. And then last but not least is, of course, my fold-up wagon, which I can't get in frame. I'll try and find a picture if I can. But it's basically a utility wagon that folds up, and it is a workhorse for crops and retreats, and I use it every single time. Now, I used to use a crop and style type bag, but the older I get, the more teeter-tottery I get with cerebral palsy, and I'm starting to fall backwards more and more, and that's starting to hurt. So what I started doing is taking my wagon, and then I put the individual bins in my wagon, and I can pull that behind me. And I'm not trying to lift out this 50-pound crop and style, fall over backwards, hi biscuit, and then I have a crop and style land on top of me. This just works better for me, having these smaller bins. It might work better for you, or like my best friend, she brings a wagon and her crop and style. So this is how I prepare for a retreat. This is how I am prepared for the January 2022 retreat. I hope you found some information useful. I hope there's some good ideas that you can use. Until next time, thank you so much for joining me. Bye.